Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and for another wedding DIY. In today's video, we are testing out and recreating viral TikTok DIYs for wedding decor and centerpieces. We'll do a little thrift shopping, smash up some tile, visit IKEA's wedding section as I like to call it, and along the way, I'll share a few tips and tricks for your own wedding DIYs. And a quick shout out to my sponsor Creative Fabrica, who recently upgraded their yearly all access to only $4.99 a month, which includes over 100,000 fonts, tons of graphics and SVGs, which all include a commercial license, so this is a great place to start building your portfolio or to test out a bunch of different fonts for your own wedding. They also recently launched a new SVG category, which features 3D projects for the holidays, home decor, and of course, wedding DIYs. I'll make sure to include the discount link in the video description, along with the fonts and supplies used in today's video. In this first DIY, we'll create these beautiful table numbers using thrifted decanters and fairy lights. During my thrift store journey, I discovered that the best place to find these unique glass bottles was actually not in the glass section, although I did find a few there, but most of the ones I found were on top of these round clothing racks. I spent about 2 hours thrifting, found these 6 bottles, each costing anywhere from about 99 cents to $2.99. So if you're planning to DIY these for your own event, I recommend starting your search early, and if thrifting isn't your thing, I've also included some options on Amazon in the video description. So in the TikTok, she is easily able to drop the battery packs inside the bottles, then add the decanter top, but I've tried a few different types of fairy lights and I could not get my battery pack to fit inside these. So the actual lights will fit in just fine, but there's nowhere for the battery pack other than just resting on the outside of the bottle, and I wouldn't want that a part of my wedding centerpieces. So after doing some research, I found these on Amazon. These fairy lights have the battery pack within these cork style toppers. The switch is on the cork, so they are super easy to switch on and off, which your wedding coordinator will love, and the diameter of the cork is about 0.6 to 0.9 inches, which fits most bottles. However, some of my bottles are too wide for the cork, yet too small of an opening for the regular battery pack, so I did add a thick double-sided tape to the ones that needed it. I DIY'd these cardstock table numbers with my Cricut maker, using twine to help tie them to the glass bottles. And to help the cardstock lay flat on the bottle, I took my piece of twine, I folded it in half, then looped it through the front of the card. I then take the two tails and tuck them in through the loop. Then I can tie each bottle, making sure to leave enough slack for the table number to hang exactly where I want it. And here is the final result. I think these are perfect for boho and vintage style weddings and events, especially with mixed votives and lanterns to really help set the vibe. So for our next project, I have seen a few TikToks creating these table numbers out of stone, and when I saw this one smashing the tile, I knew I had to try. First, I took Home Depot for the thick travertine tile shown in the TikToks, but they had never seen that style before. One of the guys did point out how one of the TikToks I showed him looked like the Floor Decor store, and luckily I had a store right down the street for me. The Floor Decor store did not have these in stock, but they had plenty of other really cool options. They were just not quite as thick to freestand on their own, but we are going to fix that. These projects are especially great for budget DIY brides since they gave me all the broken pieces for free. I could have walked around and collected all broken tiles, walked out without paying a dime, but I did pick up a few of these dollar clearance tiles and some of these small stone bricks to help stand these upright. Even though there are plenty of great price options like the travertine at $2 a square foot, I was able to walk out with this large piece of slate tile that was $26 a foot for free. Now I am back in my backyard smashing these into smaller pieces. I saw people smashing these on our driveway, but we are quite literally selling our house tomorrow, so I did not want to risk anything messing up on the concrete, so I just used a couple of brick tiles in my backyard to smash these on. So while I have the tiles out in my backyard, I am going to go ahead and glue these with E6000 glue. This is just a super strong adhesive that works on plenty of different materials, and I thought it worked great for these tiles. If you are working out in the sun, just make sure that your little pieces don't slide from the tile, because mine did a few times and then I just had to go back and correct them. Now that I'm back in my office, I'm just using a wet rag to give these a really good clean on the front of the tiles so I can easily add my vinyl decal, which I also DIY'd with my Cricut maker. And then once I add my decal, I have these super cool custom easy table number DIYs coming in at less than, I want to guess, like 25 cents a piece. So I think that is a perfect option for a budget bride. Now this next TikTok went absolutely viral, and I have seen so many brides recreate these for wedding centerpieces. Luckily, I have an IKEA down the road, and I was able to pick up the exact same so I can test this DIY out myself. You can buy these online or in the store, and if you're shopping in the store, these will be in the marketplace section near the wax candles. I picked up the same style from the TikTok video and also this alternate one just so I can mix and match them. But these were the only 2 candle holders in this size at IKEA. This wedding DIY is super easy just by taking a can of gold spray paint and creating a small pool of paint by directly spraying onto a piece of cardboard, then creating a gold rim by dipping them upside down in the paint. I did notice that once you dip them in the paint, if you immediately flip them over, that my paint started dripping down the sides, so it kind of created this uneven border around the edges. So what I found that worked best was dipping them into the paint and then holding them upside down for a few seconds before I flipped them over to dry. I tested these with real wax candles and they seem to do just fine, but I always play it safe, and especially with a painted DIY like this, maybe using LED candles would be the best bet. And also check with your wedding venue, as most of the venues I have worked at require real flames to be enclosed, so like in a taller votive or a glass sleeve. So these would have to have LED lights in them to work for most of the places that I have coordinated. Just something to keep in mind during your wedding planning. Ask your venue rep, check your contracts. There's almost always something that talks about open flames. But I think these turned out so cute, and especially mixing the 2 different styles. These are the perfect addition to the table numbers we thrifted earlier, creating a super eclectic wedding centerpiece. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching my video. Let me know what wedding projects you are working on in the comment section below, and of course any questions that you have. Best wishes if you are planning for your own wedding, and I hope to see you again soon.